1998 was a banner year for video games, with the likes of StarCraft, Unreal, Baldur's Gate, and many other titles hitting the PC. But the game that stood out and arguably had the biggest effect on the PC industry still felt today was Half-Life from Valve. Half-Life might not be remembered as a traditional horror-type game. It does lean heavily on action, but the game's opening sequences in the Black Mesa Facility are still some of the most tense in video games. Half-Life creates fear in a few different ways, which we'll explore for this episode of Halloween Horror. We decided to boot up Black Mesa Source, the mod which enhances Half-Life graphically, adds new sounds, textures, and a ton of other great content. So let's look at what makes Half-Life scary. First up, silence is golden. Or perhaps it's just plain creepy. But Gordon Freeman's inability to talk throughout the game creates some incredibly uneasy moments of dialogue in the world of Half-Life. It draws you into the character and also allows you to take in the environmental sounds. Still, I wish Gordon would just say what's up. Another thing, fear of the unknown. From the opening scene on the transit car as you stare in awe of your surroundings, to immediately being placed in the test chamber that goes haywire, you're quickly thrust into a world and struggle to find your place. There's so many things to take in the world of Half-Life, so many little experiments and stuff going on, but you don't know where you fit in that puzzle, and before you know it, you're overwhelmed by something. Of course, another point is, oh my god, all my friends are dead. They're not only dead, they're making horrible noises. They're not only dead and making horrible noises, but they want to eat you, and they're on fire, and they're pounding on the glass trying to get in. The enemies in Half-Life are terrifying in the beginning. It's the classic zombie before zombies were a thing. And Valve really took this to a new level. And, you can see combinations of, like, aliens and zombies and everything there that just, they really drew on the horror elements from pop culture. A big part of any horror game is how it handles weaponry. And where are my weapons? While you might find a pistol early on, you spend a good part of the level dodging head crabs and zombies and other enemies until you find that trusty crowbar. And even then, once you get a pistol, ammo is very hard to find, which means you gotta make every shot count. Whether you decide to shoot those little tongue things that sit on the ceiling and try and suck you up, or do you shoot a head crab off of a converted scientist, every shot has to count while you have that pistol. And every time you see ammo laying around, it's like a godsend, and it lets you know that you're going to get to that next area within the game. Finally, let me out. The subtle puzzles and the twists and turns in the dark and destroyed lab make you believe you're going to die thousands of feet underground in the desert. It almost seems like there's no hope. You constantly come to dead ends and you need to turn around and figure out a way to get to the next area. And once you get there, you realize things are even more fucked up than they were before. Half-Life excels at making you feel trapped. It's all of these reasons combined that I think make Half-Life a good example of classic horror in games. Half-Life was an amazing and frightening game for many reasons, but 16 years later it's still hard not to get goosebumps or jump when a head crab pops out of the vent at you. It's still one of the greatest games ever made, and a model for narrative storytelling through gameplay and environment. And without Half-Life's success, we may never have seen the rise of Steam or the solidarity of PC gaming. Now that's a frightening thought.